start. Good evening. Let me start with a poll so that I understand where we all stand. The poll is, which AI tool have you been using? It's in front of you. So please answer the question and it'll help me understand the audience better. Yeah. Thank you for responding. I can see the responses coming in. Okay. 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 Super. Super. Okay, so if you can't see the poll, the question is, which AI tool have you been using? ChatGPT, Claude, both, not used it so much, or I use other tools. Yeah. So I see almost okay, I get the general sense, and you should also get the general sense. Almost 60% of you use ChatGPT, and about 40% of you use both ChatGPT and Claude. Fantastic. Claude is just like ChatGPT, but I find it to be better than ChatGPT in a few ways. And I'll show those few examples, few ways in which I find Claude to be better. And I'm so happy to see all of you here. I'm so excited that I got this opportunity to present this Claude for Counselors session to all of you. I must also thank Teji ma'am, because she was the one who also shared it with a lot of you. So thank you, Teji ma'am, uh, for sharing this with others. Yeah. Now, Claude, it's just like any other AI tool where you could post your queries, you could post your sort of documents and ask it to do some work for you, right? Uh, and please feel free to do or sort of work alongside. You can be on your laptops and just um, sort of use the tool alongside as we go, right? So the first few things which you see in Claude, and I'm using the Claude's desktop app. I'm not using the Claude's web version. So that's important for you to know, because uh, both of them are slightly different, and the capabilities of Claude's desktop version is much higher. The Claude's desktop app can do more things compared to the the web app or the browser app, right? So here you see the general new projects, artifacts, scheduled, dispatch, customize. Then there are some pinned chats here, which I have pinned on the top. And then there are some recent chats over here. So this is the general interface. Uh, what is Claude Chat? Claude Chat is a normal basic tool, and I'm not going to teach prompt engineering right now because you can design your own prompts, but I'm just going to share some ways in which you can use the Claude Chat first. So, just to show you an example, how I have a grade 12 student applying to the US. Uh, uh, he is looking at STEM majors. Um, grades, let's say 87% in grade 10, 90% in grade 11, and family can afford approx USD 60,000 per year. Recommend me 5 colleges in and around New York. Okay, simple, very basic. This is how we start. Uh, and this is the comparison with Chat GPT, right? You can do all of these things on Chat GPT. You can do all of these things over here as well. So this is Claude Chat. This and it's just generating a response right now. And unfortunately, I put it on Opus 5, which means it thinks longer before generating a response. I should have not done that while I started putting this prompt, because now it is going to take much more effort. I should have used a different model, like a basic sonnet model, which uses fewer tokens. And I don't want it to use many of my tokens right now. I want it to use few tokens. Tokens is the amount of usage that is happening, because these tools, they have limits, daily limits, and sort of session limits as well. I don't want it to actually use up a lot of limit over here, but still now it's doing some analysis and then it is giving me some responses. Nothing fancy about this. Any AI tool can do this. Now, let me move to projects. The second aspect, the first part was chat. The second part is projects, and I'm going to dive much deeper in the projects feature of Claude right now. Projects is where you can give Claude very specific set of instructions
Uh,
so that it does the same thing again and again. Deepika, just give me 10 seconds here. And I'll come to you in a minute. So projects is a, a a feature of Claude where you could do multiple things by giving specific set of instructions. Like right now, I have a project for invoices. I have a project for weekly articles. Some of you would have been receiving my weekly articles. So I use this feature here. I run masterclasses. So I use this project to generate uh, masterclass related items or sort of things. Yes, Deepika.
yes, sorry. I was asking, when you were typing the query in the chat, you mentioned, which one you need to use. Can you explain more about that, like about the tokens and how does one know which one to use?
Ah, okay.
Thank you,
Sure,
because
sure. I
I
think
don't
this
know
is
anything about it.
interesting. Thanks for raising that up. So on this left, I actually have a pro plan. I use Claude as my co-founder. Let's say, let's put it that way, and it has its own usage limits, right? You can check those usage limits over here. Now, right now, I have in my current session, I have used 5% of my budget or tokens or limit, right? And which means I want to use it judiciously, particularly for the next 1 hour, because my Claude should not get stuck, right? Same way, if you're doing complex tasks on Claude, and if you are not on a pro plan, the limit gets used up faster. And a trick for getting, saving that limit or saving your tokens is put a query on ChatGPT, ask it to make a prompt for you and put that prompt on Claude, right? And if as soon as your, let's say, Claude's limit is used up, go back to ChatGPT, ask it to do the work. If there is one AI tool whose subscription I recommend, and I'm not getting paid by Claude, is Claude. Get a Claude Premium. If you're doing a lot of manual work, if you're doing some repetitive tasks, it will do it for you. Yeah. So that's about limit. Thanks for raising that. I think this is an important aspect of understanding Claude, right? So back to projects. And the third, and there is a lot more things, but I don't want to get into that right now because only this projects and a couple of other things will take up a lot of time. The third is designing materials, designing flyers on Claude. And you won't see it on the desktop app because that feature is only available on Claude desktop, Claude browser. Sorry, it's only available on the browser version of Claude. It's not available in the desktop. Yeah. So Claude, it's a general AI tool, just like ChatGPT or Perplexity or Gemini, etc., which will do tasks for you, which will generate content for you, which will generate designs for you, which will generate documents for you, all of those things. Claude project is something we are going to explore in much more depth today. Yeah. And then following that, we'll try to make an agent together. AI agent you would have been hearing talking about, I've built this agent, I've built that agent. It's possible to build an agent without any coding knowledge, without any complex things as well. Yeah. Let's get started. In the chat very quickly, what are the top 2 or 3 things that you do on Claude? What are Claude or any AI? What are your top 2 or 3 items or activities or tasks that you do that you use Claude or ChatGPT for? Uh, College research, okay. Photo editing, okay. Format ideas, okay. Quickly, just summary, writing posters, writing circulars, okay. Recommendation drafting, okay, fantastic. Ideas, yes, super, super. I get a general sense. So today, I'm going to talk about LORs, right? Let's make some LORs, and I'm now in front of you. I'm just making a new project called LORs, right? What I'm trying to achieve, I'm trying to make LORs for students, interns, um, etc. Right? And it's a project that I've created. Okay, done. The project is created, and actually, before I let me use a medium model. Okay, instructions. I need to give it some instructions, right? So what I'm going to do is actually I will add some sample LORs. Claude projects works best when you give it a set of instructions, and it use it for a specific task, writing LORs, providing feedback for essays, making a college list, recommending profile building activities, etc., etc. Right? So make a unique, specific project for a specific activity. This is my project specifically for building LORs, right? What instructions I can give? Uh, Actually, instead of instructions, let me upload a sample LOR that I've created beforehand uh, s- uh, earlier today, right? So I had created a LOR template, and you can upload your own LOR template, right? And let me give some instructions. Use the uh, LOR template to design LORs for students. Keep them uh, use simple and direct language. And of course, this is your instructions. You give instructions as per your own thoughts. Okay, what does the okay, now let me build an LOR, right? Uh, Build an LOR for uh, Ahana Jain, who's a grade 12 student applying to colleges in the US for STEM majors. She is in the top 5% of the class. Her teachers mention that she is always attentive, curious, and ask uh, interesting questions in the classroom. Uh, Earlier in grade 11, she was the vice president of the MUN club. And then you give some more instructions, and then let's see. Use the template uh, to generate the LOR. Now it will start working, yeah, and let it work for a few minutes. Meanwhile, let me show you what kind of um, LOR was created when I tried it for the first time. Yeah, for Ahana Jain. So using similar prompts or a little, slightly different prompts, it created an LOR like this. Yeah. So yeah. So I had made a template like this. Yeah, which had, for Futurowise International School, which is it's a brief description about my school. This is the date, letter of recommendation, and it built a LOR like this, and then I'm supposed to be the principal of that school, address and footer and header, right? So it generated that LOR, which was published, which was made in a Word format, which means it's customizable, customizable properly, right? Let me go back to Claude and let's see what it's doing, right? Okay. So while I was showing you the other part, it generated this LOR, uh, and this is what it looks like right now. Uh, Again, it missed out on the footer and on the header part. I added the Futurewise logo, but it has everything else. It added the brief description that I had created. It added a full LOR, and I can now download it. I can download it as a doc file, and I can use it, I can convert it to a PDF, etc. Right? It can also generate LORs. Sometimes you want, ready-made LORs for teachers, or you want ready-made LORs for, let's say, the sports coach, etc. It can do all of that. It can create LORs if you give it some specific instructions, right? Again, it told me that there are a few things for checking before going out. I filled in grade 9 as her start year, and for 2 years, for how long you have known her. Swap these if the actual details differ. The signature block uh, uses from the, if a different teacher has written the LOR, then you can change the teacher name or the advisor name, etc. And I wove in her top 5% ranking, curiosity, MU, and leadership as the three main pillars. Let me know if you want to weigh in on that, etc. So you can now customize it. You can give her some more prompts, and it will modify the LOR for you. Okay. Now, let me build one more project right in front of you so that you will understand the capabilities of how projects work. And that project, let's call it uh, essay feedback. Yeah. Uh, Provide personalized essay my students. Okay, right? Now I've created this project, and beforehand, I've just sort of made some instructions for how I want to evaluate the essay. So I'm just going to copy paste those instructions just to save time with all of you, right? The instruction says I want the essay feedback. I want the essays to be specific. I want the essays to be authentic. I want the essays to actually show and not just show with examples. I want the essays to focus on insights and real stories. Um, I want it to uh, show how this particular essay could only be written by this particular student. Like, how is this essay specific to this student and not generic? And give some actionable points, right? So those are my contexts. You can build your own instructions. And again, it will just give you the first framework, the early framework for essays. Okay, now I also have a couple of essays that I have written beforehand. Right. And I'm just going to copy paste over here. So Essay is a common app essay written by a student from an IB school, grade 12, 1420 SAT score, applying to highly selective Ivy League colleges and mechanical engineering. He is writing the essay on common app prompt number 2, the lessons we take from obstacles and etc. etc. And here is the essay that the student has written, right? Uh, Now I'll just add provide feedback on this essay. as per my instructions, uh, as per my instructions and context. Let's say project instructions and context. Okay. So now it will work for a few, let's say 30 seconds or so. And while it is working, uh, please tell me, let me hear a couple of questions. Yeah. Just feel free to unmute yourself and ask your questions. I can only answer questions if I can see you. So please keep your cameras on. Yeah. That would be my only request. Please keep your camera on while you're asking a question. Yeah. It's now generating some feedback. It's now working on it. Yeah. Any questions, or this is something you've already been doing? Have you been using Claude project for essay feedbacks or LORs? No? Okay. Anyone who has been using Claude projects specifically? No? Okay, because this is the most, it's one of the best capabilities of Claude, the project feature. Yeah, and I strongly encourage you to start using it for repetitive tasks like essay feedbacks or for generating LORs, those kind of things. Yeah. Now, let's see what Claude has created. What's working? Strong sensory hook. Okay, and we should have read the essay, but the smell of wet cardboard still reminds me of my day. My water filter collapsed, and he has written some things about it. Then he has written about how the student used to, uh, you know, has some engineering related experience, or while he was a child he used to do some engineering work by opening and sort of breaking things down, etc. Next he built a prototypes of something and recorded failures for it. The final model was perfect. Looking back, I still love building things. wherever i Whenever I begin a new project, I remember the muddy water flowing straight through my first filter. Okay, so it. I don't want to take up a lot of time, but this is something where the student started off by breaking things, opening things up in as he was a child, and then he or she started building prototypes of things. Right? What's working? So there is a nice sensory hook. The narrative arc is very clear: failure, confrontation, rebuild, insight. Concrete process details: rebuild the prototype 4 times. Uh, but what didn't work? Be specific. Uh, a few claims are stated rather than dramatized. I started asking quieter classmates to challenge my assumptions because they often noticed details I missed. This is the summary of a habit, not a moment. Which classmate, what did they catch? Right now, this line could appear in almost any essay about learning to collaborate. Then it has given some feedback on how to be authentic, how to focus on insights. So you get the gist, right? You get a general sense. And of course, now you first you think what your essay feedback is on that particular student, then ask Chat Claude or Chat GPT to give its feedback, then crystallize it into nice, simple language, actionable points for the student to actually improve their drafts, improve their next draft of the essay. Top actionable suggestions: add one concrete scene from the 4 rebuilds, ground the group project's claim in an actual moment, right? So again, some actionable insights there, right? Uh, actually, give feedback within 75 words. I don't have. So let's see what it says. Uh, Strong hook and process details, but the growth claims asking classmates for feedback, I don't know yet, are told and not shown. Add a real scene, right? This insight is repeated 3 times in slightly different words. And instead of 3, you cut it to 2. The two most polished lines: ego versus learning and the confidence versus clarity line. Read as worshipped aphorisms. I don't know what that means. not a teen's voice. Also, give the water filtered personal local stakes. Right now, any student could have written this project. So, some feedback in a much shorter format. I think that is something which you could use and you could sort of implement in ask the student to implement. Same way, I have another essay, but I don't want to take up time reviewing one more essay, and I want to move forward. And maybe let's very quickly make another project, uh, which says admissions requirements. I work with high school students from across India, and my students apply to colleges around the world. In this project, I want actually get what I'm trying to achieve. I'm trying to get the admissions requirements. I will write all of those statements in the instructions. I want the instructions to be a little more elaborate. I want the in this project, I want you to give me specific admissions requirements, deadlines, eligibility criteria for the colleges I mentioned. Keep your response well structured, um, and pointed, or sort of point wise, not in long paragraphs. Response should be about 140 words and in the decreasing order of priority and urgency. And I'm writing these instructions for a specific reason. Now, let's say student applying to UCLA. Uh, what are the share important details, right? So instead of writing the whole thing, now in the project instructions, it already has a specific set of instructions that I don't need to write again and again, right? And that's why, see, I gave specific instructions. I asked it to make a response in 140 words, clean and in point-wise manner, not in like a long paragraph, and that's what it has done, right? Uh, uh, Cambridge, or let's say LSC for economics. Yeah. And now I don't need to write a long prompt. It should give me a nice response in a much shorter prompt itself, right? See, the beauty of a project, the beauty of Claude project saves you lots of time, right? Interesting? Do you find this interesting? Yeah? Okay. Now let's move on. Are you following, or it's just like ये तो आता है, ये सब तो आता है. Are you following this, everyone? Can I see some more faces, please? Thank you, Sudarshan ma'am. Thank you, Sheetal, Smita. But I would really love to see some more faces here. Please. Yes, thanks, Poonam, Iris,
Yeah,
Anjali,
this
Rushi.
is this is all very, very new for me, and I'm so happy I'm trying to learn. But I'll have to go over the recording once it's done
Absolutely.
to try it out like one by one. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'll send you all the recording. Thanks, Sheetal. So we saw how to build LORs. We saw how to provide essay feedback. We saw how you can get admissions requirements. Now let's make a agent, and you know it's simple. It's just called an AI agent, but it's nothing but a specific set of instructions, right? Before I just did some prep work to create an agent before the session a couple of days ago, and now this Yes, Arushi, I can take your question. Yes, please tell me.
Um, I wanted to ask you, how do you decide whether to use sonnet or medium, or like
Right,
those things
right.
that you're choosing? How to
Yes,
decide what to use for which?
yes. See, first of all, my main uh, sort of criteria is how complex the task is. Do I want it to do deep research and ensure fewer errors, or am I okay with some errors, but I want a faster response? For the fastest response, and it is in the increasing order of how many credits you will use. Haiku is the lowest, simplest model. Then there is Sonnet, which I'm using right now, followed by Opus, and then Fable is like the most, the highest model. I try to use Sonnet because I want faster responses. I don't want to use up my credits quickly. Yeah. But
Okay.
if you're doing something very interesting, you are brainstorming on a new idea, and you won't need a lot of prompts, but you want good answer. You want a perfect answer with fewer errors, then go for
Mhm.
Opus. Opus. Yeah.
Okay.
Make
Thank
sense?
you. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. This is a simple AI agent that I built using Claude. AI agent is nothing but a set of instructions which can do a specific set of tasks. And now I built a AI agent which is known as Dream College Profile Builder. Let me put the link in the chat, which means which means all of you can use that agent right now, right? When you make an agent, that agent can be used by everyone on Claude right now. But I've also published this agent on a free website, which means you can also use it elsewhere, right? Not just on Claude. I put this agent's link in chat, which means you can also use this Dream College Profile Builder. Dream College Profile Builder. Again, let's bring back Hannah, who is a grade 11 student applying to the US, applying to, let's say, Cornell for a CS major, and I'm just building a persona. Current grade, she got a 85% in grade 10, and she is getting a 41 on 42 in most recent grade 11 IB exams. Uh, Predicted is 43 on 45. Brilliant girl, right? SAT scores 1420 in first attempt, uh, 1520 in second attempt, where she got a 720 in math and 800 in English. Extracurricular, she has done uh, taught 100 underprivileged PRIVILEDGD students. Okay. Uh, Built an app for the counseling office automation. So good work. Uh, President of the MUN club uh, uh, hosted a 300 students event, and you get the gist, right? Those kind of things. Awards. She was the school topper in grade 10 math. She was a state level chess player, and so on. Time until deadline. So we are talking about building her profile, suggestions for her profile, but in how much time, right? 6 to 12 months. Are there some budget constraints, family constraints? Family can pay up to 70,000 USD, let's say 50,000 USD per year. Special concerns, you can write some special concerns, and then let's see what the agent says. And while the agent is drafting the responses, uh, I want to take a couple of moments to talk about Futurowise now. This is my plug in between the whole session. I run futurowise.com, which is a platform where we teach skills like these to high school students. We teach prompt engineering, agentic AI. Many of you have had students coming to us and have had exceptional experiences. Thank you for that. Every student who joins a project or a program um, gets four things. They learn a new skill, they build a project, they get their project published on Futurowise, and they get a certificate, right? And you can check out our programs on our website, futurowise.com. And I'd be happy to share more and get on a call with you to share how these programs help students build a skill and how it helps them in their college applications. Back to the show. Okay. So let's see what it did. One second, I'll just share my screen back, right? So, so this agent, it it has given some recommendations like the strong IB student with a service tech narrative, but SAT and budget constraints. But there are SAT, the SAT score is not ideal and there is budget constraints. Uh, CS at Cornell is quite competitive. We need to show sharper technical depth and merit aid targeting. Gaps to address specifically, SAT score is below the Cornell CS median. SAT math particularly, because we said the SAT math was 720, should have had 750. When your student comes and says to you, ma'am, I want to apply to only Stanford and MIT, and then they have those scores, you can tell them that your SAT math score is below the CS median level for that particular college, and no sustained independent CS project. The only project that is mentioned here is that the student built an app for the counseling office, but there is no specific additional project that they did. And then it's elaborated over here. I'm not going to take you through all the sections, but SAT is the most objective one of these. It will say the yes, please. Sorry, someone asked the question. No, okay. Okay, perfect. Right. So this is the agent that you could build now, and let's build it very quickly. While building the agent, I just use this one prompt. Help me design an AI agent. Write just this one simple 30-word prompt. Yeah. And here I am pasting it again instead of typing it. Help me design an AI agent where I can put student profiles and and it outputs. I mean, that's interesting English, but
Devish.
yes, I know.
Devish, hi, Anu. You
Yes.
finally cleared me on question. Okay. Can you just share this prompt in the chat so we all can try it out?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's do that, right?
Mm.
Let's do it. I'm just pasting it in the chat. Here you go. Yeah. Help me design an AI agent, and instead of saying it outputs, it says it generates the step-by-step plan to help students build their profile for their dream college and upload, right? And now it'll do its all thinking and all of that. And I hope it doesn't use up all my memory, uh, but it's now working, all right? And it probably takes around 2 minutes to work. So we have a couple of minutes for questions. So please feel free to ask your questions. When you're asking questions, please keep your cameras on. I would appreciate that, please. What part of this are you most excited to use about? So that's my question to you. What part of this that you're learning today are you most excited to use in your offices?
The AI agent part.
The agent part, yes.
The
That's
projects
fun.
part, I think, also was very interesting.
Yes,
The
the
project
projects.
part too, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so it's still working. We have a couple more minutes. See, yeah, okay. So it's okay. Okay. Okay, let's see what it has done. Okay. Okay, it is okay. Give me a interface to use. Let's see what it has given. It has given some instructions. Prompting approach. Use to call structure. Okay. Within Claude. because it's not showing the way I want it to, I gave it a specific instruction which says, give me an interface to use within Claude, right? I mean, that's what a layman like me would do. It would just tell that, Devesh was showing me something else, but earlier it showed me an interface where I could put questions, but right now it's not showing me that interface. That's why I asked it, where is my interface? You are claiming such big things about using a 20-word prompt, but this doesn't look like that, right? I hope it works, huh? Otherwise it would be a funny thing. So, while it is working, and we have about 17 minutes for the session, let me just open Claude Design for you. Yeah, Claude Design, right? And remember, Claude Design is not here. It's only on the Chrome browser. Yeah. So I'm taking you to a different screen. I'm taking you to the Chrome browser. So here we go. Okay. Okay, so Claude Design, you have you used Canva? Any of you probably use Canva sometimes here. Claude Design is Canva, but a little basic. Canva is just amazing, but Claude Design does build flyers for you, builds sort of uh, documents for you, or interesting designs for you. Now, what Claude, you need to build a design system in Claude first, which means you have your own brand, right? So upload your logos, upload your colors, upload your uh, specific instructions. Just like in the project thing, we had instructions, right? Same way, Claude Design also has its own specific set of instructions. You're seeing my Chrome browser Claude Design, right? Right now? Yeah. Okay. So I had already made a system. I don't want, I could take you through that. But what I'd done here is I'd given it some instructions. What is Futurowise? Who are the audience? What kind of narrative do I want? Uh, what is my logo like? What is my brand colors like, etc., etc. That is known as a design system, right? Now I will go in that specific design system. So when you open Claude Design, it looks something like this. Yeah. Within that, there are projects, there are design systems, there are templates. Uh, Design system is something that you build. Now I want to make a simple flyer for the counselors masterclass on Claude. Um, uh, uh, Keep it simple, and I'll just, what's the dates? Um, so I'll cover these topics, and what else? And date and time, August 5 p.m. IST. Yeah. So let it work for a few seconds. And meanwhile, let's go back to the earlier screen. Yeah. But it's starting to work now. Probably ask me some questions. Yeah. Let's see if the other one gave us an interface to use. Yeah. Okay, so it built an interface for us, right? Uh, okay. So it built the agent. Basically, that's what I wanted to show you, that it built the agent that we wanted it to build. Yeah. And the design varies because of course it's a machine, it's executing a set of instructions. Yeah. But it's a similar style that last time was. Yes, Poonam.
So
Yes.
this is the same interface that you shared a link with us.
It's different actually. Yeah.
Okay. Uh,
Because
uh, yeah.
see it builds it every time, right?
Okay.
It builds like last time I used only this prompt and it built me the whole complete project. But this time it did not build a full project with an interface. It built something like this. Then I asked Claude, why didn't you give me an interface? Please give me an interface to use. And it gave me such an interface, which I can now publish as an artifact. When I publish it to the web and I copy it. So that way now it can be used by anyone,
Okay.
which means you can put it on your website saying it's a free profile building tool. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
Got
build
it.
a free profile building tool. How amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same way for school counseling officers, you can say, students, here's some ideas on how you can build your profiles and all. Iris, I see a question from you which says, so Claude Design will sync with your Claude app, even though yes, it always syncs. It always syncs, but you can't use it on the desktop version. You can only use it on the browser, but it has memory. It will always save and store whatever whatever you are creating there. Yeah. Now so we saw how to make a AI agent. Now
One
let's go.
question I had.
Yes.
To what extent we'll be able to use this on a free version? Or will there be
You will be able
credits?
to use it almost everything. You'll be able to almost use all the features. Only thing is like right now I've been using it for almost an hour and asking it to do a lot of technical things. For a free plan, it will the credits get used up faster. Yeah.
And when does it renew again?
In a few hours, in 3 to 4 hours. Yeah.
Okay. And what about the authenticity of the information which Claude is taking from other
I
sources?
always double check it. Yeah. At least the critical portions, at least the critical parts, at least the deadlines. I never. Sometimes I make invoices on Claude. I always check the bank the bank account number is correct, right? So that's the kind of trust that we have. Okay, now it made this flyer. I don't love it.
Devish,
Yes,
Anu here. Can
Anu,
I
yes.
add a couple of points to what you said?
Absolutely, yes.
See, Claude, yes, Devish said you have to double check. Okay.
Yes.
Last year we had written a career counseling, a career pathway for graduates. Claude did give a little bit of other information which was not relevant. So double check with ChatGPT. Claude and ChatGPT actually
Yes.
work in sync, not with Perplexity. Yeah, Perplexity will give different results that will more confuse you. And Devesh, but the free versions, no, it does not give you that app development, like it works with the pro, because the pro itself will not come in the free version. Only Sonnet and I think what's the other one?
Okay.
The free one has only the Sonnet and the
And
Haiku one.
Haiku.
Yes,
Okay.
the
Okay.
Fable 5 and Opus is only for the paid one.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay, so this and obviously the AI agent one, I've already tried it. It will say that the server is overloaded. It will not. They are restricted. So I think we have to come with very precise commands, very short. Give me
Precise
a short
prompts.
over.
True.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So see, now this is a design which Claude made. I don't love it. And now it's up to you how to do multiple iterations and improve it to bring it in the specific format that you want to bring it in. Yeah. But I just wanted to show you Claude design. I don't want you
Hi,
to
everybody.
make it very perfect. Yeah. Okay. Now, similarly, I made another agent. So I'm just giving you another idea right now, which is just like we made an agent for college profile building. I made an agent on AI college list maker, right? A college list maker, which will make a college list for a specific student. Recommend 10 colleges. So, and the similar prompts, I use similar prompts, not something very complicated. I build an AI agent for a high school counselor. This agent recommends a college list of 8 to 10 colleges for students. And I typed all of these, but I did not need to type all of this. I could have used the AI to make a prompt for me. Make fields for adding student grades, curriculum, test scores, destinations, budget, honors, etc., etc., etc. Also, in a couple of lines, add recommendations or prerequisites for each college, like which exam a student should take, or what else should he or she work on to get accepted at the college identified in the generated list. Let's begin. And then it was working and working and working. Okay, now while it was working, it is working well broadly, but it has some issues. Countries check is not working because I said, when I put a profile and I said bring me colleges from US, but it showed colleges from Netherlands and Canada, and and then I later asked, why don't you also add preferences for weather, university size, and anything else that you think, Claude, would be good to add. And then it worked a little more, and then finally it created this college list builder for me. Yeah. So two prompts, and I got here uh, Ahana 40 on 42 in IBDP, 87% in PBSC, grade 10. Yeah. Curriculum. Actually, now that's a oversight because it should have allowed me to use two curriculum. But okay, let me just say IBDP. Yeah. SAT 1430, attempt 1, 1520, attempt 2. An intended fail, let's say uh, psychology, want to study in the UK or India, budget per year, US, USD or INR. So let's say the budget is 13 to 25 lakh per year. And then you add the awards, um, uh, Math Olympiad, National Gold Medalist. Actually, why Math Olympiad? Let's say History Olympiad, right? Okay. And then you add other activities, etc., etc. Whether no preference, university size, mid-size, campus setting. I want to go in a big city. Funding, family can fund the whole cost. Work right after graduation, nice to have, but not a must. And build the list. And then let's see what it comes up with. Yeah. Why agent? Because agent can do better work with fewer instructions. Otherwise, for every student you have to do while you're building that college list and while you're seeking feedback from AI, you'll have to write those whole long prompts again and again. Uh, but an agent does a better job of giving a standard or a good quality answer every time. UK, UCL, Edinburgh, Manchester, Birmingham, Exeter,
Uh,
Nottingham, Leeds, Ashoka, Flame, and Jindal.
Devesh, I'm
Yes,
sorry,
Sanchita.
but the same agent can be used for multiple times.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It can be.
I
Yeah.
missed that.
In
Okay, fine.
fact,
Got
let's
it.
publish this. And why don't you try and use it on your Claude app? Yeah.
Oh,
I just put it in
fantastic.
the chat. Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Devesh.
Yeah. And you can build it yourself. This you can build it by yourself. 5:56 p.m., 4 minutes to go. So I don't want to take up more time. I want to pause here and let you ask some questions. What we did today, we started off by learning what Claude is, what Claude Chat, Claude Project, Claude Design is. We built a project on generating LORs, getting essay feedback, admission requirements. Then we made two agents. One is a profile builder agent, one is a college list builder agent. And then I made a simple some sort of a design for a flyer for the counselors masterclass. So those six things. Yes, Poonam.
So how do I copy paste and use the whatever you've pasted just now? I'm
See,
sorry, I
Yeah,
forgot
the
what
just
it is.
agent, how do I do that? How do I
Yeah,
use
yeah.
yours agent?
that link, can you open it on your browser while you're logged in on Claude? Log in Claude in your Claude account in the
Okay.
On
browser.
the browser.
On the browser, yes, on the
Okay.
browser only. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Got
And
it.
then
Yeah.
copy paste this link. Yeah.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
Okay, got it.
And interestingly, there is a online platform which is called Netlify. Okay, I'll show that to you. Netlify, 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 where I actually published this project yesterday. Quite simple to publish, but you don't really need to publish it, but it is possible that you can publish. This is not a Claude link, which means even students without Claude, or even people without Claude, can make a web page like this. Yeah. And this was, it's not very complicated to do. In the next session when we do it, I will show you how to make a web app simply, like in a simple way without coding. And even I don't code, right? We don't need to code to do all of this. Yeah. So Netlify is the platform that you might consider. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Since you're all here and I think you're all happy with this session, let me ask you all to drop a review for Futurowise on Google, please. Yeah. Please drop a brief review about Futurowise on Google. Yes. Let me see if I can get you a link for that. But please, it would be very helpful if you could put in a good word about us. There is something called as GEO. If you had read my previous article on generative engine optimization, Claude and ChatGPT, they are publishing, or they're giving information on the basis of what people write about you. uh, Not what I write on my website, but what you all write about me on a Google review or on Reddit, etc. So a couple of lines of good words will really help take Futurewise a long way. Yeah. So it's 6 o'clock. That's my time. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope you found this helpful. I'll stay back for another 5 minutes if you have questions. The session is recorded, so I'll send you all the recording. And the next session, the next program from Futurewise, it's happening. We are doing the agentic AI program for high school students. If you have students who are applying to a computer science major, uh, get them to sign up for the agentic AI program. There is a program on behavioral economics, data science, prompt engineering, entrepreneurship, digital marketing, finance and investing. Very, very interesting, engaging courses just like this, where the class size is much smaller. We only have 12 students in each session, and they are all live, and we are all doing this live. I am not the trainer or the professor. We have experts in all of these domains who are delivering these sessions, and students end up publishing their projects, which means a lot. You know that, right? Recently, a student from Kolkata built this project on a data science project on what makes a movie successful. Another student analyzed Airbnb, and you will see a whole list over here where these students are coming from. They're coming from everywhere. They're coming from everywhere in India, but also from neighboring cities, neighboring countries. Jamna Step by Step, GIIS, Singapore, BD Somani, Ahmedabad International, someone from Nairobi, Abu Dhabi, and so on. So you get the gist. They're coming from a lot of schools across India. Yes.
And what's
Sanjay.
the average duration of these courses?
The courses range from 2 to 4 weeks. Only the agentic AI course that I'm doing is like a marathon, which is happening across 2 evenings, August 15th and 16th. Otherwise, all courses are usually 2 week long. Students build the project themselves. I don't build it for them. They work on it, and that's how they get it published. High quality work, which they get feedback on from the instructor. Yeah. Which they can use.
And how many hours a day?
Uh, it's about it's about 3 hours every week. Yeah. Weekend
Okay.
evenings. So 3 hours of classroom time followed by 3 hours of self-paced work usually. Yeah.
Understood.
Yes.
Can you send the details of these courses in
Absolutely.
case?
What I'll do is when I send the recording, I'll also send you some information on the courses with that
Perfect.
email. Yeah.
Thank
Super.
you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Such a pleasure. I was so excited about delivering this. I enjoyed doing this with all of you, and I'm sure you all take back at least one or two things. Maybe not everything at once, but let's start with projects. Yeah, start using that first because that's a great way to start getting used to Claude. And then
That's
once you
right.
sit on it for a few hours, you will know that, oh, this is fun, and you'll enjoy using it. Yeah. Perfect. Super. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a
Thank
good day.
you. Good
Thank
luck.
you, Devesh.
Bye.
Thanks a
So
lot.
much.
Thank you. And please share the feedback link also in the chat box.
I'll do that. I'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks.
much. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheetal. Uh, if you are here and if you're listening, here is the link to drop your feedback on Google. Yeah. You can use
Sure.
this link to drop a couple of lines about Futurowise. Yeah.
Sure.
Done. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
And I won't mind staying back for another 5 minutes if you have questions. Yeah, I'll be here. Just feel free to ask.